All right, everyone, we are back and we are going to do our pendulum creation lab, or pendulum, basically angle control lab. So we have our linear actuator again. So we're going to be working with this one. We have a potentiometer, and it's a 10K potentiometer. You can kind of see on the back. Actually, let's see. You can see right here, PK10. We have it zip tied, fancy. So your potentiometer has a red wire on one end, a black wire on the ground on the other side, and then that third prong is your white wire, which is your wiper. And all of these are going to kind of be connected. And where you see how we're not really measuring or controlling based on any feedback from like a sensor from, like our vernier equipment. Instead, we're reading based on just purely the potentiometer. And the voltage here will change based on the angle at which switches, and that's already built into the code. So let's go ahead and see how this is connected. So as usual, 12 volts to power our linear actuator. So we have our motor controller. So again, your excitation voltage goes in the green here, positive and negative. Same thing here, motor A, motor B for your controls here. Out goes your ground. We kind of see this common ground here. Now for our direction, you see here now we're just plugging into digital input 4 and digital input digital input 4 and digital input 5 is going to be our pulse width modulation effectively. So and then you see here we have our analog input. That's from the wiper. So the analog input, digital input. So the analog input goes there. It's really important on that 0 minus that you have a ground that is shared with, and you can see here, the red and black wire here are going into that digital 5 volt. We're exciting. So the potentiometer needs excitation as well. So we're going to excite the potentiometer with that digital 5 volt that comes from basically from our DAC system. So the potentiometer excitation, red and black wire, goes to the 5 volt and the ground respectively. And the wiper, the middle pin essentially on that potentiometer, we're going to read that. So that's our analog input signal. That's going to be our voltage. We're going to convert that to an angle. And we need that ground on 0 minus to share the ground on the digital. And it's also going to share basically the ground here. So we need the common grounds there. It's really important. And then let's go ahead and get started. So the way that our code works, we have, and you have your code to work with as well. Isn't this? There we go. Hopefully it's a little bit clearer. We have our code here. We're going to specify tolerances and basically have full PID control. So what we're going to do here, the way that the code works, we're going to go ahead and run it. And it first gives us an opportunity to basically retract, extend, and basically to set this to a 0. And then you also specify your ideal angle as well. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and set this to retract. And then I'm going to try to, so it's starting to retract. Oops. I need to play this. I press Z, unfortunately. Z actually starts the control. So actually we could go, tell you what, let's do something a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and extend. I'm just going to give it to a pretty exaggerated angle. And then I'm going to stop it. So extend, stop. So I'm extended beyond. And so now I'm just going to press Z here. So you see here, extend, retract, stop, all that good stuff. This fell, but it's okay. So extend, stop, and then Z will just be basically set the current position. Ooh, and this, I see it's going to go to -20, which is not good. Actually, no, it's still fine. No, it'll go even beyond here. So that's not ideal. So what I'm going to do is it'll be good. I'm going to retract. I'm going to go to my 0 position, and then I'll stop it. Instead of like an absolute position. All right, that looks pretty good to 0 to me. And so now I'm going to press Z, and now we're just going to do the PID control to -20. And then then it'll stop. There you go. And you can see we hit the tolerance, and it's now holding at that angle. See, it clicks a little bit if it's off. So if I gave it a disturbance, see. you can see. Cool. It's fighting right against any disturbance. Fantastic. And if I have my zip ties a little bit tighter, see if that disturbance now is trying to basically get back, and there you go. Fantastic. So you're going to play around with some of the controls, see how it works, and build your system. See you next time. Thanks. Bye.
All right, everyone. So we are going to look at some of the plots of our angle versus time. So you kind of know the procedure at this point. So we're going to paste in. First, we're going to look at these first three files that have everything else, KD, KI, constant, and we're just going to change KP. So we're changing KP, we're increasing it. And if you look here, as we increase KP, you can kind of see these red oscillations go up. This one's, you see kind of a larger overshoot potentially in corrections. So these are some things you may want to mention. This is comparing as we increase, we keep everything constant, but now as you see, we're comparing this file to the fourth file, which is where we increase KI. So you can kind of see what's kind of happening there. Some overshoots and things, some other behavior. And then finally, as we change KD. So we increase KD about order, 2 orders of magnitude, and you can kind of see some of the decay and these other features. So these are things that you want to kind of discuss. Definitely elaborate a little bit more. I don't want to give too much away, but this is how you can eventually use this file in order to plot and then comment. And then we'll see you next time. Make sure you include your video of your control system, and we'll see you then. Thanks.